Okay, so this video is going to hit 2 points to my evaluation. I'm going to evaluate the finished product and also evaluate my skills as an editor, all in one. So, to start with, I am going to play it and just talk about a couple of points as I go.
We can do this.
We can't. Johnson will agree.
We can. It'll be great.
Okay, so to start with, the narrative draws you straight in. The fact that we've got two people sitting down, talking about what they're going to do, how what they need to do, but then someone's disagreeing, so that automatically creates the plot point. The fact that you know that something's going to happen or will happen, and there's that bit of secrecy about what actually is going to happen that keeps you watching. Then we come to a different location, which shows the same character, the character that wanted to do the experiment, or we assume the experiment, but now we know it's an experiment because of the location, the costume, and then some of the props down here. He's obviously looking at it. He's obviously doing it to himself, by himself, so there's that little bit of struggle there. So it just shows that this guy is basically the antagonist and the person that's going to be at fault, which again adds to the narrative through to the overall added finished product, to make you, in theory, watch the finished film. However, there's no film to this because we just made a trailer, but that's what we're aiming to do with this trailer. So there we go, we've got the drag, which suggests that it's not him that's doing it, it's something else that's dragging him off. So there's something else in that room, and then we have the second drag off and shut the door, which then will go to another location. The fact that we're introducing somebody else, we can hear a news flash in the background, and the fact that he is realising what's happened, so it goes straight to him. It, again, in theory, going back to an old project, we're using the Kuleshov effect, the fact that we're linking both of them together. So he realises it's intriguing him, and then because of that, this is what's.
We can do this.
We can't. Johnson will agree.
We can.
Just wait for it to
It'll
catch
be
up.
great.
Where is it? Here you go. And then we have the build-up. The sound creates the build-up. There we go. With the, it was just a straight jump cut into the action, no fading like it was previously. And this is where the trailer gets more faster paced, so you know what's happening. And then we get the first reveal of the monster, and obviously the title page, and a last reveal. So overall it works well as a trailer. I want to watch it, go see it, blah blah blah. The locations, we're aware of the public environment, the lab environment, which could have actually been better cinematography wise, with better lighting, props and costumes. But working on a small budget, no budget, makes this difficult to do. But obviously this links in with Asylum because they've, things like Sharknado, because they're low budget, think there's a bit in here.
It's a storm.
It's
So
this
it's driven
Ferris
them all
wheel
up north.
that
I've never seen so many of them who are so bold.
looks so weird. I mean, oh, this shot here. It's a small shot. You know, and the water doesn't quite meet the sea or whatever, and it's all roughly the same colour, and you know, it's things like that. But it's only fast, but
Not the plumbing.
it makes it
You
interesting.
need to go home.
It's low budget.
Storm's coming and it's coming fast.
Oh, where is it?
Just can't sit back and watch this.
We need to destroy it before.
It's
Watch out!
With sharks to rain down on.
here somewhere.
We're gonna throw bombs into the
Dangerous. We're gonna need a bigger chopper.
Claudia, move!
Maybe I can buy it.
leave Kansas, mate.
Here it is. There you go. Just a simple thing. Here we've got the title, so relating the editing and the overall finished trailer of this, we have our title screen. Before you get that last little sequence with a shark, blah blah blah, and then over here we get a last little sequence, and it's a spider. So yeah, going through to my evaluation skills as an editor, I'll just go through what I did with my trailer, because this is my take on it.
We can do this.
Come on.
Fading into start, we've got the music is quite quiet, so it's adding, you know, you're listening to what they're saying. It's starting it off. It also puts you, you know, it's quite exciting music, so you're kind of thinking about what's going to happen, and it's kind of emphasising the secretive conversation that these two are having at the minute.
Great.
We can. It'll be great.
Count me out.
We've got some, obviously using the 180-degree rule whilst filming. We were able to edit this quite smoothly. The fact that there's a small push in as well when they're talking, so that adds emphasis on what they're saying. So with this, we're pushing further into
It'll be great.
Count me out.
each character. Then it cuts to black
Count me out.
suddenly and fades up. So it's fading up to show a passing of time, the fact that it's the same character who wants to do whatever it is that they were talking about that's kept secret. We know that the subtle things that were involved in the script, by saying that it was, you know, it's too dangerous, somebody else wouldn't agree, blah blah blah. He then does it, and obviously the fast fade to blacks again indicate a passing of time, something different. He's on to something else, but creating a montage sequence at the same time. It's still in the same place, but a montage sequence, because obviously it's a trailer. We had to, we couldn't show the whole scene like we wanted to. I mean, in theory, when we were in actual production, we had to kind of make the full scene as a short film so that we could pick parts out of it to actually be part of the trailer. We know that he's had a struggle, but what is it? I mean, going back, I think that because of our time scale and a couple of time management issues, within this scene, we should have had it spilling onto something. You know, we know that something's gone wrong, but the right thing hasn't gone wrong. So it should be this guy here that you know, is turned into the spider. However, he just gets dragged off by something.
What have you done?
Okay, so cut to black, quite a long cut to black because it's kind of an overnight thing. And fade up, which basically again shows the passing of time. The quietness in the music again adds some dynamic range to the sound of the trailer. We've got a break in the music here, which makes what he says more important. That we can, you know, that we can hear it. There we go. And there's some, obviously, some Foley sounds in there that we use from the original footage, and I think that run is what we used as well. The original run, and the original scream, and the original door slam, just with some reverb added onto it, to make it a little bit more dramatic. And I think I added another sound of almost like a low boom to emphasise it as well. And I think, and I also took out, I used a low pass filter on it, so that a low pass filter. I always get those two mixed up. So that I could cut some of the higher sounds out and make it more bassy. So here we've got the news flash to go with the flicker of the telly on Sergeant Johnson's face, just here. Again, we've got another build-up of music. It fades to black, but it's a dramatic fade to black. There we go. And it builds up the symbol of the music. This is why I picked this music. I think I have used 3 different types of music because I liked 3 separate parts to each of the music, because they had these almost like build-up noises just here, or the symbol that kind of goes and then goes into it. Again, added with the sound, it timed perfectly for me. I mean, it could have been a little bit better, but it's with the sound of the helicopters, it's with the sound of the action, so that's why I placed that there. And the explosions. But then I've interpreted it with this, which, you know, makes this guy, his protagonist, he's found out about his friend, 2 scientists dying in a industrial accident. Not that it was because, you know, something else went wrong and it's something bigger. The fact that he's kind of turned around, he's getting ready. This could have been better in the actual production when we were filming, because again, we were short on time. Then we had to do it at somebody's house that lived far away, so there was a very small team working with limited equipment to try and pull back the time that we lost. So editing it together, tried to make it seem like it wasn't as rushed, but to me it still seems rushed and it could have been a lot better. So in the future, I think time management is probably key to most of the things that we come across or have come across in this project. Again, we've got the crash site. Sound wise, I know the music kind of does it. He's walking quite, you know, walking with the gun from the helicopter crash site. You know, I think we could have done with, because you've got the fire here, maybe some rubble falling or something, and that's on me really, as part of the sound design team, but I'll come to that later. I mean, here we've got some fire sounds which I've added in. Again, we've got the symbol and the build up to the title. Let's just see that again, so you get what I mean. Not far enough. And it starts the symbol starts over this, and that's what I've learned from previous projects, and what I've brought with me is the fact that the sounds that I use, I need to make sure that I in effect link them a little bit more by using a longer crossfade and bringing them in more gradually rather than suddenly, which makes it jumpy, and it draws your attention to the audio and makes you think, oh, what was that, because it happened so quickly, or it brings you out of the trailer or out of the film or short film. So it's getting those things right, which I think overall has made me better as an editor, sound to image, just getting those sound transitions right. So it starts here and opens there, and then again you've got the push in on the spider, the last reveal, and I chose to put it there because I wanted to match it with the Asylum style, and then cuts to black. So it's a very short reveal, like some of them are, but also it's a modern feel, because if you say, I don't know, let's go to this. I know it's not the same because it's not an Asylum trailer, but it's a modern trailer again of animal monster, weird disaster that's been created by and let's just see which one it is. This one. And let's just let this load. If it loads.
Let's make this quick.
So it's very near the end, and that's what's gonna. So it's there if you can see it. It's very small. This to me is a high budget film that basically could have been made by someone, but
You have no idea.
we've got the brakes, the dynamic range in this one as well. I mean, there's a little thing of it there. I know it's coming up, it's coming up. There you go. I mean, there's that's what I wanted from it.
Experience it in IMAX 3.
Is this very short look at what it actually is. There. So again, that's like flipped round. The Godzilla is after the short show of the monster, or the cause of all the destruction and whatever. So that's kind of inspired me as well, which is a bit cheeky in the end, because we are doing Asylum. But it's all about inspiration, what inspires you, when it inspires you. And this is, well, that's basically what helped me to improve the ending. I know that it's here as well, but what I'm taking from this trailer is the fact that it's a short reveal, not a massive reveal. And I know that we already saw it here, our spider here, No, it's going to start again. Come on. So we start again. There it is.
Spit on this.
There you go. So yeah, overall, editing, I think it works well. A couple of things to improve on would be making sure that we've got those extra shots involved. I think I could have made some L cuts along here with the speech.
We can. It'll be great.
Come out.
I think that would have made it faster and more smooth, rather than just jumping when they say it, but start a little bit later in the dialogue to then cut to them. It just, you know, it draws you in a little bit more, makes you feel like you're actually watching it, whereas, you know, it could be like we've just cut from two separate clips and they've not actually been sat there at the table. So I think that's what I could improve for next time.
Come. Don't seem to agree.
We can. It'll be great.
Come out.
I think some of this is jump over from my editing, and I think what really stands out to me actually is this second fade. Not that one. That one. Like, I think I should have just bit the bullet and kind of just done a straight jump cut for that one. Like here, all the jump cuts, falls to the floor, jumps to that one. So I think that one's a little bit out of place, and if I could change, I think one of the changes that I would make to it is just take that second fade to black out, because I don't think I need it. Within it, I think there could have been more thought with the camera movements to make it so that you could edit on a transitional camera movement so that it would accentuate the cuts together. So in the future, it's planning the cinematography for the edit in a way that you will come out from behind something. And I know that we did plan them. It's just actually remembering and taking it in and enforcing what's in the shot plan, what's in the script, and kind of direct them all together. Again, I think that was just a little too early or late. I think it just needed to come in a little bit sooner. Yeah. So maybe come in just about here, the imagery. And the clip. Probably there it could have come in. Yeah. I mean, this one was a good... What I was talking about just then was the fact that there wasn't really any edits. There wasn't any transitional camera movements, or the edit wasn't thought of. But it is here because the explosion goes and it cuts to black and then he opens it. So it's not like it fades up or anything, it just is just there. He used the light and dark of the door shutting on the wardrobe, or opening, should I say. That's what adds to... Again, I don't think my fade to black should have been that long on that bit. Overall, I think I should have colour graded everything, whereas it's only the visual effect shots are colour graded. So shots like this one really stand out, where you've got, you know, just the plain background. But then, in a sense, maybe this should have had. I mean, the helicopter crash was literally just over here, so that's not there anymore. And I think this should have been more of a green screen shot with, you know, things destroyed, maybe some trees on fire or gone, or some of this on fire down here. And this shot, maybe I just feel like it's too static, like it's just here. I mean, we know this is going round, but this isn't moving. This is a powerful gun, but this isn't moving, which then makes it seem unrealistic. And I think another thing that could have been a little bit longer, because I've cut the same visual effects clip up, I don't have enough from this bit. So this bit here and this bit here are the same clip, and I just feel like this should have been a little bit longer. Like we could have seen the legs come down and we just hear like a of the two legs that land there. That's what I mean. It's really quick, like you can't really see it properly. I mean, I know we've got the shadow on the floor and that, but you know, in future, more time adding little bits like that. Like the legs come down, you don't even know that they've come down. It could be the lightest thing. Maybe a camera shake could have been involved, could have been added in post-production, but that would have made it a lot better to bring the spider into the picture, because at the minute it's kind of on the buildings, and you know, you need to have it come down in front of him. I mean, that's dramatic because there's a shake. It's, you know, like the roar's so loud it shakes everything. It would shake inside your brain, blah blah blah. And that's why I wanted to end it on that shot, because it was more dramatic than the previous one, and it was better to split it up rather than to have it really long over the whole. Just one long clip. I mean, it wouldn't have been a long clip anyway, but breaking it up just adds more to it. Like, you want to see it, you want to go and see it, you want to, you know, see more of the spider because you've not seen enough. And what does it do? Does it move around the town, or does it stay there? Has it got a nest? Blah blah blah. It gives you so many questions. Thank you. Thanks for listening. And that is my evaluation of the finished product, and also the fact that my skills as an editor, and what I thought to it, and what I could have done differently. So moving forward in the future is getting my L cuts in with the sound, and just basically improving my cutting on time, adding in some colour grading to the whole to give it, you know, a stylised look like the Asylum trailer has. So that I don't really think was up to the standard that it could have been. So moving forward, if I had to do it again, I'd definitely spend more time and effort on the colour grading. Thanks very much.